Here are the 6 books my TBR game chose this month, and I'm going to try to read them all in this video. I'm hoping that this month I will not be DNFing half of these. I really actually want to read them, but we'll see. If the content is not it for me, DNF I will. I'm going to try. The Aviator's Wife. This is the only one that's like a historical fiction. The rest are thrillers. I've got Suspicious Minds, the Stranger Things novel, The Lying Game by Ruth Ware, Just the Nicest Couple, which I've been seeing this one a lot again recently, so I'm excited to try that out. Rock, Paper, Scissors, and then finally The Testament by John Grisham, which I'm hoping is going to be good. As I like to do with my TBR reading vlogs, I have this little mug with prompts inside, if you can see that. It's time to pick the first prompt, and whatever prompt I draw, I will have to choose whatever book matches it the closest. So let's see what we've got. Is that upside down? Of course it is. Fave color cover? Fave color cover. Well, my favorite color is green, so let's see if we have some green. I mean, this one's sort of green, right? This one's sort of green. This one's actually a little more green. So these two are my options. Of the two, I like this cover better. So I think I'm going to start with Just the Nicest Couple, which I'm excited because, like I said, I've seen a lot of people talking about this, like kind of out of nowhere. I've had this on my TBR cart for almost a year now. So the fact that I see a lot of people talking about it all of a sudden makes me want to read it right now. So let's get into it. This is interesting so far. Usually I have some sort of theory of what's going on, who's at fault. I have no idea who in the story is good, who's bad. Did what we think happened really happen, or is it something else? I don't know what to think. I'm actually making really decent progress, and I haven't been reading for that long. Also, this is weird, but like, I just really like the texture of the pages. Like, they're a little bit thinner than normal pages, and I just like it. I don't know. Just thought I would share that. But yeah, so far, interesting. I can see why people are talking about it, but I want to know more. It's the next day, and I have made really good progress on this. I won't say that it's like the most riveting thing in the world, and I'm not like loving it, amazed by it, shocked by it. I wouldn't actually call it a thriller, to be honest. I think it's a little bit more of like a suspense novel. I do have a theory at this point, finally. I'm uncertain. I hope that I'm like shocked. I hope I'm wrong, because in other books, I like to be right about what I think is going on, but in like a thriller / suspense book, I like to be surprised. So let's see what happens, but I mean, it's decent so far. Right now I'm thinking about a 3-star. It's not terrible and it's not amazing. It's just kind of there. Once again, I knew it. I have mixed feelings on this book. First of all, there's a character that I'm very suspicious of, that nothing was ever like said about this character, and I'm like, no, this character is a bad seed and I want to know why, but they never wrapped that up. Exactly what I thought had happened is what happened. So that's kind of like cool, but like I would have liked more. It just, for me, was kind of predictable. It was good, it was quick moving, it just wasn't like mind-blowing. I do recommend this, but it's not like my favorite book in the entire world. It's interesting, but I'm kind of confused by the hype. Although I really like the cover. Like, I think this cover is so pretty. And if I do hold on to this book, it's because it's so pretty. I am torn between a 2 and 3 stars. The whole time I thought that it was going to be 3 stars. I think it probably still will. I don't think I'm annoyed enough to give it 2 spitefully. I think it's going to be 3 stars. Now it's time to choose the next book. We've got 5 remaining. Let's see what the prompt is. I have no idea what that says. Oh, it's upside down, sorry. Oldest copyright. Oh, I like the copyright ones. I think that's kind of fun. Oldest copyright, I'm gonna guess, is the Testament, which I had a feeling was the next one I was gonna read, but I could be wrong, but let's check. We've got The Lion Game with 2017. The Stranger Things novel with 2019. The Aviator's Wife with 2013. Rock, Paper, Scissors with 2021. And as I suspected, The Testament with 1999. So let's go get into this. While I have not been riveted thus far, the part that I just read is kind of funny because remember, it's like 1999 and one of these guys is going on a trip and he has this suitcase filled with like technology and stuff, and there's like a computer and he's like, what do I even need this for? Like, it's just so funny to me. And then they're like talking about sat phones. It's like so 90s. I just thought it was funny. He's like, what would I use this for? Right now, this book is a 2-star. I'm about halfway through. No, just kidding. I'm nowhere near halfway. It's still a 2-star. Oh, hello. I need to put my hair up. Now that I'm looking excellent. I have obviously not been reading for a few hours, but what I'm not trying to do is start a reading slump. So I am gonna try to get back into reading some of this, even though I'm not loving it. If I wasn't really trying to like read these books, I would have DNF'd this already. But I'm really trying to get through it because I know some people really hate DNFs. At least for this video, I am trying this for you. Still 2 stars, but I'm doing well. I just wanted to talk for a second because I have successfully woken up at 5 a.m. every day this week. And basically, it's kind of been in the back of my mind, like an idea to wake up at 5 a.m. every day and read and make a short of it every day this week. Until I reach 500 subscribers. And that's been in my mind, but I haven't said it until now because I wanted to see if I could do it first. There have been some naps this week, but only 2. Like Monday morning, I woke up at 5, I read, I did the short, and then I fell right back asleep till like 8:30. And then Tuesday, I took a nap in the afternoon. Wednesday or Thursday, I tried to take a nap and I fell asleep. And Friday, I was just like, awake. I love it. I'm enjoying it so much. I hope I can keep this going because now it's officially official that I am doing this every day until I reach 500. Oh, by the way, since this is part of TBR, not the TBR game, but I did finish 7 Mile Miracle this morning, which I'm sad about because I don't want it to be over, but finished that. It's really good on my rotation for Christian living / devotionals. The Problem of Pain. It's done. I could have wrapped this up in 20 pages. They did what I thought they should do. How did I know it was going to end like this? I don't know. There was a little bit of a faith element towards the end there that I really enjoyed. Sticking with the 2 stars. Sorry. That was not what I thought I was getting myself into. And 435 pages of that. I'm just glad it's done. Let's go on to the next book. So that prompt was to try a chapter of each of the 4 books I have remaining. And then I get to choose which one I get into next based on the chapter that I read. I'm kind of nervous because what happens if I choose to DNF one of these? I have already tried a chapter in The Aviator's Wife and The Lion Game. First of all, I love the aesthetic of these all together, so let's just appreciate. What I'll do is I'll read the next chapter of each, so that means the ones that I've already done a chapter, I'll just read chapter 2. And for Rock, Paper, Scissors and Suspicious Minds, I will read the first chapter. The chapter that stood out to me the most in all 4 of those, it's The Aviator's Wife. I feel like if the chapters are longer, then I'll get through it quicker. Okay, I was starting to get into this, and then I just read something that I'm like, no thank you. I really did not want to DNF in this video, but yeah, moving on. Okay. Lowest rated on Goodreads. So of Rock, Paper, Scissors, Suspicious Minds, and The Lion Game, I've got to choose the lowest rated. With a 3.53, The Lion Game is the lowest rated on Goodreads. So this is what I am going to jump into next. Will you guys be mad at me if I DNF this one too? Because I'm really trying not to, but for one thing, I'm so bored. We're on 58, page 58. Nothing has happened. I have no clue what this book's supposed to be about, other than like girls who go to a fancy school and play this lion game. But nothing is happening, and there's so much language, and I just don't like it, and I just flipped to a different page from the page I was on, so not getting back to that. Sorry, I really was trying to not DNF in this video, but I guess it just happens. Let's choose the next book. Okay, so I got shortest title for the next one, which I think I'm gonna go with words because, well, words and letters probably. Suspicious Minds is definitely a shorter title than Rock, Paper, Scissors. Okay, I think some things are making sense with the Stranger Things book, which I can't show you because you're currently resting on it. I don't remember like who some of the characters are because it's been a minute since season 4. I think I just figured something out. I'm going to continue reading. I'm currently on page 114, so making decent progress. I wouldn't say I'm really engaged in it, but I've got about 175 pages, 185, whatever, math. But I'm gonna keep going. Okay, let's take a little break for some book mail. You guys don't know what books that I got, and I don't remember what I share in the video, but I've actually already done my blind date with Bookmas video. It's already up, ready to go for, hopefully for you guys next Friday, but I got the books. And so I'm going to open them up, and then I'm going to show you like a second, and that's what you guys get that little reward surprise for watching this. You ready? There you go. Reminder to just go ahead and click subscribe so that you don't miss next week's blind date with Bookmas video, where I read 2 books that were supposed to be last month's and this month's. And in December, you will see the real Bookmas and all of its craziness. There's this quote that's got me like crying. It says, "That's because she's your family. Friends are like your maid family. So you keep them with you even when you're not together anymore. Even if you forget parts of them because you get older. We hold our friend families close, but we don't have to be with those people for them to be a part of us. We carry them with us all the time. Just take my heart out and crush it. Why don't you?" Oh my gosh. And I've not talked about this, and I don't plan to, but I'm extra sensitive about this because of this time last year in my life. And so just like that quote. Ouch. Honestly, can't believe this book really made me cry. I mean, it was very predictable if you've seen Stranger Things. I'm not really going to talk about it because if you haven't, then that would be spoilery. It deals with Terry Ives, and that's all I'm going to say because that's on the back. And it's basically her story and her friends dealing with Hawkins' lab. You would think that this would have taken me way less time than it did. It's not even 300 pages long, and it's a Stranger Things novel, and I would have thought that I would be able to get through it much faster than I was. Still enjoyed it. It just wasn't what I thought that it would be, and I kind of need a refresher before getting into the last book, so I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so far it's going really quickly. I'm on like page 70, I think. I'm kind of confused. I'm kind of not sure I'm entirely following, and we don't know really who is causing the weird things going on, like who's behind this. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, what's happening here? It's like when I'm reading, like the writing style is very engaging, and then I kind of zone out because I get confused and I'm like, wait, what's going on? I don't know, like, is someone at fault in this? Are they both crazy? Like, I have no idea. So we're just in it for the vibes right now, and we're on this journey with them. You guys to let me know in the comments right now if you think I'm gonna like this book at the end or not. Right now, I'm really enjoying the writing style. It's moving super quickly. I'm still a little confused with the characters and like what's really going on here, but I think that's part of the point, so I'm enjoying it in that sense, even though I don't love not fully having a grasp on things. But I do have some theories, and I'm very interested to see if I'm right, which is what I love about thrillers. Enjoying it so far, and I will say that there's a little bit of language, but it's not distracting to me anyway. It's not distracting to me, and I just kind of skip over it, ignore it, and it's fine. And there was one closed door scene that you knew what was going on, but it didn't like go into detail or anything, and they're married, so I'm not like, oh no, this is terrible. So it was fine for me. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you think I'm gonna like this? Do you think I'm not? Let me know before we get to the end of the video. Also, this book has really good quotes, like this one. 2 pieces of different puzzles cannot and will not fit together unless one has been forced to bend or break or change to fit around the other. That I just read. Kind of, I don't know if it was intended this way, but kind of a snotty comment about church. Don't love that. Obvious choice of what we believe, but don't be making fun of other people. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm having to disclaim a lot, but I found out something about this place that involves like a witch element. In books, I do not tolerate that if it's part of the like core of the plot. So I'm gonna keep reading and see if that's like a common theme or if it's just like a historical element. There's that, and then there's also something you should be aware of if you are triggered by, and I say triggered, like if you have experienced infertility, child loss, or miscarriage, I would say at least skip the linen chapter in this book because it kind of really goes in that. So just be aware of that. Okay, I really wanted to not DNF in this video, but I just can't do that. It seems like it is going to be a recurring theme as it's continued in the next 2 chapters. So it's not like it's just like an occurrence. It seems that there is a character who is that, and so I think that it's going to continue. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to say no and move on. So this would be the end of this video, except I'm gonna kind of surprise us all here. And I have actually decided I'm gonna give this book a second chance. And if it's still boring in like 50 to 100 pages, I will DNF again. But I was finding myself thinking about it and kind of wondering like, well, where was it going? I have no idea where I left off. So trying to find my place again is going to be interesting. But since I DNF'd this one just because I was bored, I think that I would like to at least try. Okay, I like this quote. The reason it's not coming together is because you're drawing the features, not the person. They're in an art class. You're drawing the features, not the person. You're more than a collection of frown lines and doubts. By the way, if you have been enjoying this video, please make sure that you give it a like so I can see that you are enjoying it, and comment down below and let me know whatever you want. But the likes really help me see like what is working and what isn't. Okay, I tried it I'm still just as bored, zoning out. And there's just like a lot of stuff that I just don't like in books. I'm sorry that I DNF'd 3 out of the 6 books that I was supposed to read in this vlog. But if I have an issue with something, I'm not going to force myself to continue reading. Yeah, if that's a problem, I'm sorry. Alright, so recap. Once again, 3 DNFs. I really wanted to have all 6 books read. So I'm sorry if you are one of the people that you can't stand when people DNF in reading vlogs, but that's just apparently what's going to be happening here. Life is too short to hate reading, and we all have books that we don't like. It's fine. But anyway, let's do a recap on this situation. DNF because I just don't do books with witches. That's a personal thing that I just don't feel like I need to fill my mind with or be involved with. So, because I really did like the writing style and the quick moving pace of this, it was really interesting. I am going to look up spoilers because I want to know like what the deal is, but I'm just not going to put myself in a position to be reading something that I disagree with. Actually, one of the better books of this reading vlog, and I never would have thought that at the beginning. It was a good story. Could I tell you anything about it at this point? No, because I really don't remember. Oh yeah, I had a feeling I knew who did it, what actually happened, what was going to happen. There were some untied up loose ends that I thought, I don't know, maybe that character was just in there to like throw people off. I don't know. I still feel like there's something there that could have been explored a little bit. This one, I gave it 2 chances and it failed me both times. The story was not gripping at all, and there was so much language, and those 2 things, like, I've got to have a plot to continue reading through a story, and I just wasn't getting into it at all. So unfortunate. I really hope, well, yeah, you guys have probably seen my little free library video. You know that I got another Ruth Ware book the other day. I hope I like that one better. Suspicious Minds would be the other decent read of this reading vlog. I was hoping that it would be better, but of course, I really enjoy anything in the Stranger Things universe, and I'm looking forward to season 5 eventually one day coming out. I appreciated this for like some of the backstory. I thought that it was interesting enough. I didn't love that it took me so long to read. Like, I would have thought that I would have just flown through this, but it actually took me like 3 days. I don't know if that really was conveyed on this video, but yeah, like 3 days. Like, I liked it, but there was nothing mind-blowing about it. No pun intended. Like, most of what happened, I was like, I kind of already knew, or I could have figured it out. This one had a part of it that I just can't get past, and I just don't want to continue. It ruined the book for me. I didn't love that it was about like real historical people, and it almost feels like it kind of besmirches their character a little bit, because to be fair, I don't know anything about these people other than that they are historical characters or historical figures. They're not characters, they were real people. But I don't know if the characters in this book are anything like the real people, and so I feel like if they're not, that's kind of insulting to make these characters like the way that they were in the book. I don't know. I just didn't love it. So that was a DNF. And then finally, The Testament. While I'm glad that I have read this, I think, first of all, I would have enjoyed it if I had read it years ago when it was first recommended. It was just not a whole lot in this book for it to be this long. And I was also hoping for more of like the legal side of things, and we really just got a lot of the adventuring in Brazil. And that's fine, but it wasn't what I thought I was getting myself into, and I don't think that this cover really conveys that either. I mean, I guess that's meant to be a boat, but still. I just was not expecting it to be the way that it was. I did like the faith element towards the end because I wasn't really expecting that, and I really appreciated that, but it still just fell flat for me, and it wasn't what I was hoping. So those are my personal opinions on all 6 of these books. I'm sorry, they're upside down. Give me just a second. I'm disappointed in this month's reading, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new here. I will have another TBR game coming out in a few weeks, like 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that and all the other videos that I still have planned. And I will talk to you all next time. Bye. Also, if you are still watching this, will you comment below and let me know what your favorite part of this vlog was? Because I'm trying to figure out like what the parts that you guys really like are and what parts you can live without. I would like to know what your fave parts are, so let me know.